In A Midsummer Night's Dream, the sprightly Puck encircles the earth in 40 minutes. Now the dead man's digital progeny surpasses with ease Puck's feet, each fraction of a second. Likewise Blake would imagine he saw infinity on contemplating a grain of sand, while chance has it that through slivers of silicon, Turing's infinite mind can set sail. His infinite megabrain with computable consciousness was created by someone in a wistful dream. It's a machine with two ghosts in, one called Alan Turing and another one called Christopher Morcom. Moreover, Alan believed that his thinking machine would also be able to feel. Thus, Hal, the sad computer in the film 2001, was his brainchild, his celluloid heir. For Alan had once proposed that a test of an intelligent machine might be whether or not it was influenced by sex appeal, hazarding the conjecture there'd be no artificial intelligence without computers having sex drives as well as hard drives. And when Arthur C. Clarke, 2001's science fiction author, revealed that Hal was modelled on Alan Turing, Clarke was soon asked if the feline-voiced Hal was gay, but he discreetly replied that he'd never asked him. Not only Hal, but Silicon Valley, and indeed the whole IT world, would grow out of the fumblings of two schoolboys. For Chris and Alan's exchanging a kiss would change everything, while other boys played football, oblivious. On looking for a logo for a computer company in the US, a bright PR spark would propose an apple. For while signalling innocence, plus Newton and the Beatles, what'd give it extra gravitas would be Turing. It's rumoured Apple's apple is a homage to his memory, a slyly insensitive reference to his suicide. If not a macabre joke shared by the geeks at Apple in California to whom it's part of their history. In visiting their headquarters in Cupertino, Silicon Valley, you can buy slick goods bearing the emblem, T-shirts with a bitten apple and punning captions such as "Bite into an apple, bite with a Y." Thousands of miles away, in Shenzhen and Chengdu, Apple's silver and snow-white computers are churned out in millions, with revenues in billions, and each gadget displays the glowing logo. 400,000 men and women working 12-hour days are called upon to assemble Apple products, and for serving Apple's manufacturer, Foxconn, an Apple worker gets a daily wage of £5.20. Ironically forbidden to speak while they assemble devices designed to facilitate communication, Apple workers have anti-suicide nets outside their windows, owing to a virus infecting their industrial relations. In May 2010, 7 Chinese workers producing Apple iPads formed a cluster of suicides among Apple's workforce, made to pay for food and lodging from a paltry 65 pence an hour. A note said, "We are treated inhumanely, like machines." Yet a little blood on a keyboard or on some circuitry is of no concern, provided it dries out. Workers live or die, but not corporate super entities. They'll cling to life, whatever the cost. Relatives of those whom cybernetics has driven to suicide hold up placards outside the Apple stores, in which a voracious maggot peers out from Apple's logo. Floating on blood, it's captioned, "Bloody Apple." The mourner's loved ones are now dead, and no avatars, no iPads, no iPhones, no iPods, no MacBooks can replace flesh and blood or reboot them back to life. They're broken, like Alan Turing's buried toys. In June 2011, a 17-year-old student called Zheng in the eastern Anhui province sold his kidney to buy an iPad and got 22,000 yuan, or $3,393, and a long red scar. After the operation was performed at Shenzhou Hospital, Zheng then developed serious health problems. Though now cybernetic consumerism links man to machine, he may draw comfort from being a true cyborg. Machines mimic thought, but not conscience. Computers depend on coltan for memory, a blood mineral mined in the Congo by child labourers who die for a machine invented to deal with grief. The apple in the Garden of Eden was a forbidden fruit, and, in that Bronze Age fable, a disembodied voice told man that by acquiring knowledge he'd forfeit Eden, an illusory Eden, equally elusive as techno-paradise. According to Glyn Hughes, who sculpted a Turing memorial which has him sat on a park bench holding a bronze apple, an Apple computer was buried below the founder of cyberspace as an indication of what Turing had died for. On a visit to this statue in Sackville Park, Manchester, to see the man whom Andrew Hodges describes as a non-violent Nelson saving democracy from fascism, Alan Turing's park was quiet, and he was seated alone. There was no one there save an exuberant sheepdog racing around the stationary figure. It had stopped to look up at Turing's statue expectantly, as if believing he could throw it a stick. Worldwide, Alan Turing is undervalued or forgotten compared with the Apple Corporation, the world's largest technology company making billions by turning people into its supercult's consumers.